thank you. Thank you for this crazy 2025. Thank you to the community. Thank you to all the artists. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes. Thank you to the team. And thank you for 3 years of being able to embody what it means to be Tamil culturally, but also wear it proudly for us to showcase this out to the world and to proudly say, we are Tamil. It's astonishing to think about the fact that if we were sitting here in January 2025, there's no way we would have known that this year was going to shape up the way it did. And that's a testament to the culture, to the community, to all of our artists coming together in their own ways to tell the story of what it means to be Tamil American. And for all of you in the community and beyond, not just America, but globally, to be able to embrace that and allow us to tell that story. And that's what's really, really important and really remarkable. And now we're sitting in December of 2025, and we just wanted to take some time to reflect on this absolutely remarkable year and celebrate everyone who helped make this possible. Join me on a journey for the next few minutes as we look back on what 2025 meant for Arambam, for the community, for the culture, for the platform, and what we now call as the Tamil American diaspora. Before we look into exactly what happened this year and celebrate all the people that made it happen, let's actually look back on this year in terms of numbers. 8,000 community members attended our events. We had the opportunity to work with over 200 multidisciplinary artists. We hosted 65 events in 10 cities around the country. And on top of all of these events and experiences, we've been able to welcome 40K plus community members globally across all our different social media channels. And this amounted to 1 million impressions, views, and interactions across all our channels monthly. We just start with the core of Arambam, which of course is our Tamil Meetups. Tamil Meetups started just under 3 years ago, in January 2023. It started off as a very aspirational idea of wanting to bring together the Tamil community and non-Tamil people and create what has now become a third space for us to enjoy Tamil music, but more so experience and celebrate and embody Tamil culture. And this year really feels like we took that to the next level. We had the opportunity to host Tamil meetups across different cities around the country, including New York City, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Chicago, Dallas, Austin, and Raleigh. And now we actually wrapped up our 15th Tamil meetup in New York City. The key thing here is it's not just a fad. Tamil people as a community, we're here, the culture is here, and we're here to stay. And a lot of these events around the country were attended by non-Tamil people and non-brown people to experience our music and our culture in new ways. That's very special. And of course, all of this wouldn't be possible without our amazing DJs who always bring the best music and best vibes to all of these Tamil meetups. Was a year for Tamil dance and dance workshops around the country. We, of course, hosted countless dance workshops here in New York City, as we've done. We also had the privilege of hosting dance workshops across the country in Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Dallas. This is only possible by partnering with countless amazing dancers, both Tamil and non-Tamil dancers, domestic and international dancers, who came and really showcased what they can do in terms of dance and embody the culture in many, many different forms. These Tamil dance styles, both kuttu, classical, semi-classical, and other forms that have endured generations passed down through word of mouth, teaching, different forms of media. It's been gratifying to see how much the community, both Tamil and non-Tamil dancers and non-brown dancers, has embraced that in an organic way. And on top of all this, we had the opportunity to create a few different concept videos that blew up to millions of views across all our platforms. And that was really special because we now had the ability to show how strong and how talented our Tamil dancers locally are and put that stamp on a global scale. Now, talking about Armor Records, this is very, very special, as with everything this year. When we started with one song at the end of last year. We got Vi and Praveen together at Donut Shop Studios, and we were like, yo, let's just make a song, a Tamil American song, and see where it takes us. And what it became this year, honestly, took a life of its own. Let's dig into that a bit. Essentially, where this all started was why we started Armbum in the first place, which is we want to create a modern third space for the Tamil culture and community here in America. But what does it mean to be Tamil American? Growing up here in America, we are at this duality at the intersection of being both Tamil and American. And honestly, we're still defining what that means culturally, but also that identity. The reality is, it's not just one thing. There's so many different aspects to it across everybody who considers themselves Tamil American. And what we wanted to do is be able to tell the story of being Tamil American through this music. And that's what the Armor Records was meant to be. And with that embodied into a 48-hour hackathon that we did in February 2025. We rented an amazing studio in the middle of Brooklyn. Shout out to Donut Shop Studios and Max Marine. And with Vi as our composer, we were able to, over the course of that weekend, bring together 16 Tamil American artists to create the first original mixtape of independent, original Tamil English songs that were meant to showcase the story of the Tamil American diaspora, the culture, the identity through music. All of these artists are artists that we had the privilege of working together at different events, different concepts and productions. But we were like, hey, what would it look like if we could bring all of them together into one space and just let them be creative, do what they do best, which is make music. And that's what that weekend was meant to be, where our only goal was, let's tell the story of being Tamil American. All of those artists brought their own unique styles, own unique stories, and really embraced it and made the Arm tape something massively unique, the original independent Tamil English album.
Yeah, okay, fuck that, I've been rich from the start. Grim in the village, real dogs that bark. Konju puriyarda.
The Arm tape was released in June of 2025. We started off with a few different singles and several music videos to kick it off. And honestly, it's grown beyond any of our wildest imagination. It's now currently sitting at just over 800K streams across all platforms with 200K listeners from 147 countries across the entire globe. That's actually insane to think about, because now Tamil American music in this case is going to different places that honestly we just didn't even know would be interested in Tamil music. A few interesting stats on our Spotify Wrapped. Our top country is India, followed by the United States, Canada, UK, the Philippines. But India, that's powerful because now our culture, Tamil American culture, is going back to the subcontinent and being able to show to people there what Tamil American culture looks like. And then on top of that, it was incredible to see that 2.7K fans have Armbum, which embodies all the 16 different artists through this tape. Armbum is a top 10 artist for those many fans. Honestly, we would have never expected that. All these music videos and different shoots, including the TikTok viral Bodega shoot, where we took over Bodega and we were dropping Mala Mala all over it, just really shows what the reach music can have, but what the reach, our goal to tell the story of the Tamil American diaspora has. And we want to continue to build on that in 2026. And our goal is, again, to continue digging into these stories, to continue redefining what that identity means of Tamil American diaspora, but also to give people new channels to actually tell their own story of what it means to be Tamil American.
I'm quick with a switch, new PC. Technology couldn't believe me.
சொன்னவன் யாரு யார் 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 கனவை வாழுங்கடா இந்த மக்களோட புது தலை நம்ம ஊரில் இந்த மக்கள் they got pride in me
கூட்டம் பேசுதே இவங்கள யாரு
வரல மூஞ்சி பார்த்து மங்கிட்டேன் ஆட்டத்தோட பேசலாமா
பையன் மாதிரி tight too hot to handle தொட்டா சுரு keep your hands in the ride
மாலா மாலா இருட்டு மேல போகுது உன் கண்ணு பட்டா
my mala அது நீதான்
sweet like mambarama got a secret சொல்லலாமா
அந்த மாதிரி பார்க்கும்போது feel the rhythm beating in my heart
பொண்ணு மனசு கொஞ்சம் கூட உனக்கு புரியாது
நீ என்ன சொன்னா எது சொன்னா காதில் ஏறாதே உண்ட கண்ணுக்குள்ள நான் சண்டை போடும்போது யாரைன்னு தெரியலடி
பேசும்போது what the fuck you saying
Sally பொண்ணு நான் தானே I just get the money so sweet like mambarama got a secret சொல்லலாமா
calling me her Bobby she like it when I'm naughty
This year, we had the opportunity to welcome everyone to something brand new that we like to call the Armum Experience. The Armum Experience stemmed from us needing a way to launch the Armum tape out to the world. We wanted to host a launch party for it where we were able to showcase the entire tape for the first time and live perform it with all the artists. But what we realized is we can't just release the tape into the void. Just performing what was meant to be a way to showcase the stories of Tamil American diaspora and culture, if we did that just with music, it wouldn't actually do it justice. Because in many regards, not just Tamil American culture, but Tamil culture broadly is not just music. It's all the different facets of it that make it as rich as it is, including dance, art, and fashion. What we created with the Armum Experience was what we like to consider the first Tamil American world, where when you come to the experience, the whole idea is that you're walking into a space where you get to see, experience, and really embody what it means to be Tamil American. The Armum Experience in New York City in June and Volume 2 in San Francisco this past November took form in 3 different parts. The first part was a showcase where we had visual artists, fashion designers, and game designers come together and tell the story of being Tamil American visually and physically through their art forms. And that was super powerful because that's the first time many of us were able to experience a Tamil art gallery in New York City and San Francisco. And then the second part, we had the opportunity to live perform all the music from the tape. And that was incredible because we had a stage to tell the story of the Tamil American diaspora through this music. And we were joined by some incredible dancers in both cities. We tell that story visually through their movement as well. And then of the third part, of course, in true Armum fashion, the after party, where we had some incredible DJs join us to rip up the dance floor with Tamil music and independent music and originals. We had a few local dance groups join us to showcase their own styles and their own unique takes of different Tamil music throughout the after party. What we really wanted was people to experience what it meant to walk into the first Tamil American world. And the best part of all of this was we did this in a way that brought together not just Tamil people, but non-Tamil people, non-brown people. None of this would have been possible without our countless artists and creators who actually had the vision to bring their art, music, fashion, and dance to life. We had 39 artists in New York who came together to make the Armum Experience possible, and 36 artists in San Francisco to make that experience possible.
Are you guys ready to get started?
alone, you know that I gotta get rowdy, man. It's all in my veins, running up on the muscle, we stepping in closer. Lower the space, I'm hot like shit. Keep it rocking, though.
We had the privilege of working closely with Sundari this year. He's been a major pioneer bringing independent Tamil comedy to different places across the world. And it's been awesome to be able to work with him and create shows in San Francisco, LA, Dallas, Austin, and Raleigh, and showcase Tamil comedy, open up the space to other independent Tamil comedians, but also non-Tamil comedians as well, to connect with the audiences and the community. Along with the comedy shows, we had the ability to partner with Sundar on several of his Tamil Comedy Club events here in New York City, but also his Vanakkam parties in New York and SF, which were amazing spaces for the queer Tamil community and their allies. Talking about concerts, in 2024, we had the opportunity to work with Sai Shiva for his Unnale album tour and Johnson Produce for his Johnson Produce live events. And this year, we've expanded upon all of that with the third leg of the Sai Shiva Unnale album tour with Vidushan and Supaveen. And we got to bring Preto for his Preto Sounds experience out to New York and San Francisco as well. We ended the year this past October with the Artist Showcase, where several of our records artists from the tape perform and showcase their own individual music and artistry to the community in New York. And we were able to create two projects for Women's Month. First was a photo shoot called Tamil Woman on Top. That was driven by Krish's vision. And along with that, during Women's Month, we hosted a photo shoot party at a beautiful studio in Long Island City. And this year, for the first time ever, we dropped our first line of merch. I'm actually wearing one. The idea of our merch was to wear our culture, Tamil American culture and Tamil culture, proudly wherever we go. Not just through the music and the dance and the events, but also through our fashion and our style. And we hope to share more of our Tamil fashion next year as well. And lastly, thank you again to all of you. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for 3 years of helping us create and define, and in some cases redefine, what it means to be Tamil American in America, but also globally. And thank you to all the artists for the confidence to leap and tell their own stories. As we say all this, we know that this isn't just possible out of thin air. And to that point, we have to thank everyone behind the scenes who actually bring to life the experiences and the events and all the things that we had the opportunity to put together to be able to experience what it means to be Tamil American. Our media team, many of them who are based in New York, but also across the country, who've been able to help us capture all these different moments. And of course, everybody behind the scenes who tirelessly worked to make everything possible. This is a thank you letter in the form of this video to all of you. Again, honestly, growing up in America and growing up in a Tamil household, being part of what we now consider Tamil American diaspora and culture and community, it's honestly just healing childhood things of not feeling seen, not having our identity, not having our stories told, and really, really appreciate all of you for allowing us to tell those stories. And again, appreciate all the artists for telling those stories in their own unique ways. I just want to continue to emphasize that all of this, and we keep saying it as the Tamil American diaspora and culture, but at the end of the day, we want this to be a melting pot for Tamil and non-Tamil people, brown and non-brown people, to be a part of this and to be able to embody this in their own ways and to be able to see themselves in some form or see their own stories through the stories that we're telling. And with that, that's a wrap for this video, and that's a wrap for 2025. And we're right now heads down thinking about next year, and we can't wait because we're going to build upon everything that we did get the opportunity to get done and just take it to the next level next year. And we can't wait to share that all with you and for all of you to be part of that journey with us. If you're interested, if this is something that speaks to you, and if you want to tell your story, and if you want to be part of other people telling their stories of what it means to be Tamil American, definitely tap in. We're available on Instagram, on our website, wherever Arambam is, feel free to tap in. And the last thing to say, as always, idhu dhan Arambam.
Mala mala கொஞ்ச நாளா பார்த்தேனே ala ala நான் ala வரேனே ola ola señorita வந்தாயே ola ola
என் cafe நீதான் என் heart rate மேல போகுது உன் கண்ணு பட்டா Cupid arrow நெஞ்சில் பாயுது என் பக்கம் வந்தா பேச்சு மூச்சு நின்னு போனது செஞ்சரிட்டா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டேட்டா பாலி போலாம் பிரைவேட் ஃப்ளைட்டா இல்ல இல்ல இல்லன்னு நீ போற முன்னால உள்ள இருக்க உள்ள என் கற்பனை ஃபேக்டரியில நான் அத்தனை பொண்ண பார்த்தா கூட ஒன்ன போல ஒருத்தி இல்ல நேத்து முளைச்ச காதல் இல்ல ரொம்ப ஆழமா இருக்கு உள்ள
mala mala கொஞ்ச நாளா பார்த்தேனே ala ala நான் ala வரேனே ola ola señorita வந்தாயே ola ola
கண்ணு கூட கூப்பிட்டிய என்ன ஃபிகர் பார்த்து மயங்கிட்ட நானு காலு ஸ்டார்ட் தானவே ஆடும் லெஃப்ட் ரைட் டான்ஸ் பண்ணலாமா மாமா when she bad yeah I call her my mala on the floor guy hitting that samba from the west so I'm catching it nala damn mala hey
வடா வடா உன் சிரிப்பு கண்ணன போலவே ராதா ராதா உனக்காக நான் பிறந்த நானே முழு நாளா உன் நினைவிலே தவிப்பேனே வேண்டாம் என்று நடிப்பேனே உன் பேர் கேட்டால் துடிப்பேனே They call me pretty mama, so sweet like mamba rama. Got a secret சொல்லலாமா சேர்ந்து ஓடி போகலாமா
she calling me her papi she like it when I'm naughty I'm sweet like mango lassi நீ குடிச்சு கேட்டு ரசி
வெண்ணை என்ன பார் அந்த மாதிரி பார்க்கும்போது
Yo, hurry. How many things are we talking about today?
I just made the list, and I have the list for you. 94 things this year.
94? What about, where's the last 6? We gotta hit 100.
Dude, we're so close. I mean, honestly, this year, imagine we hit 100. That would have been nuts. But like 94 is absurd. Dude, should we read it out?
I think we should read it out.
Okay, so January, Tamil Dance Workshop with Ansh. Tamil Dance Workshop with Vi. A women's photo shoot led by Krish. The second Tamil Meetup in SF. And the 11th Tamil Meetup in New York City. And then in February, we had the Where Madre music video shoot. Records Hackathon weekend. Records listening party. The first Tamil Meetup in Seattle. The second Tamil Meetup with Sai Shiva in Dallas. And then a dance workshop. And then in March, we had a dance workshop with Nilani for Squabble Up. We had a first Tamil Meetup in DMV in Washington, D.C. We had a photo shoot party in New York City celebrating Beauty and Women's Month. And then the exotic music video. And then in April, we had the semi-classical fusion dance workshop with Bhavana. Preto Sounds in New York City. Preto's Times Square takeover. Preto's Golden Gate takeover. Preto Sounds in SF. And then we also had the dance workshop with Anu Mysore. We had the Mala Mala music video. And then in May, we had the Beena dance workshop with Ananya. The Mala Mala Bodega shoot. The 12th Tamil Meetup in New York City.
mala mala கொஞ்ச நாளா பார்த்தேனே ala ala நான்